Hey you guys, it's me. I was just coming to do a video about my adoption. I told you guys a snippet about it in the last video when I was ranting, but I wanted to do a more in-depth video about it. Um, Me, my brother, and sister, biological, um, were okay. So it's three of us. We're your part. Three of now that I know, seven or eight, seven, I think. Yes, seven. Um, were given up for adoption. My brother went into the foster care system. My brother and I were together, but my sister was separated from us. So we visit each other where we were staying. Don't have that much memory about it. I remember the last foster home we were in before the foster home that led us to being adopted by that foster family. I hated it. It was messy. It was gross. My brother and I were in the same crib together. Um, we were too big for cribs in my sense because I could break them and climb out of them. The bathroom was disgusting. That was the worst part about it, that the bathroom, that she had a little boy and he used the restroom, made it dirty. I don't want to get too gruesome with you guys, but it was nasty. That's why I have obsession to this day about a clean bathroom. I don't want a streak, a hair, a nothing. I might have a messy bedroom, but I'm not gonna have a nasty bathroom. So yeah. So my sister on the opposite side, she had a foster family that, even though they had a lot of kids, they read. They had books and stuff. So her vocabulary was way more advanced than me and my brother, who were just put in the room by ourselves to play and to keep company. After that house, we were sent, me, my brother, and my sister was sent to a house, and she's now my grandmother. At the time, she was called my mother, a foster mother, Ernestine Wesley. She brought in all three of us, and we stayed there for a long time. And then my grandmother, as we grew, my grandmother, I guess, couldn't handle having three kids, getting so big, so quick. So I guess they had a family. Now, this is hearsay because I don't know exactly. But my mom said they had a family meeting to decide um, what they were going to do with us. And they came to the conclusion that they didn't want to get rid of us, that we just been in the family too long, and they just have loved us. And so then they were deciding who was going to take us. And my mom at the time had no kids. She wasn't married. And she decided to take us. My aunties and my uncles all had kids, and two of my aunts were married, and my uncle, he was living the bachelor life. So my mom adopted us. Well, it took a while before she adopted us. So fast forward process, she adopted us, and it was it was a beautiful joining. I've always been. My mom always kept us aware of what's happening. If we weren't oblivious to being adopted, remember going to the court hearings. At that time, I didn't know what was going on at the court hearings. Now that I'm older, my mom let me know what was going on in the court hearings. That we were there to um, ask, "Do you like being with Karen Webb?" My mom at the time, and it was like, "Yes, I love her. Do you want to be adopted by her?" Yeah, yeah, yeah. It took a long process. It took a couple of days. It took a longer process for us to get adopted because we still had parents living, and anyone that knows the um, foster care system, the one thing they do not want to do is um, give you away when you have parents that could take you. So they always want to work with the parents and give the parents their child. No one wants to take a child from their parents. And so in doing that, I guess my mom was on drugs, and my birth, now finding out, remember, um, my birth family said they signed over their rights to us. My mom's um, family members signed over the rights to us. My father, according to information from my mom. Now, my mom is not this, she has no tendency to dirty anyone's name to make herself look good. So when she was telling me this, I believe her, because what does she get out by telling a lie? What does she get out of it by telling a lie? And what she informed me was that my father, um, they asked him to do a P test, you know, because they're not going to give a child to a drug user and whatnot, and they asked him to take um, classes, parenting classes, and he either refused or he didn't show up. Either way it goes, because of his lack of ability to participate with what the court was offering or suggesting him to do, that immediately gave over his rights. So then my mom adopted us. Um, and I swear I've been blessed ever since. Um, I I'm different from my siblings. I have different feelings about it. Both my siblings, my sister and my brother. I'm the middle child, so my sister and my brothers, I can't speak for how they feel about it. I know we're all grateful about it, but I think I'm um, more more grateful than they are. Um, I give everything to my mom. Even though we argue sometimes, I would, you, I wouldn't say anything bad about her, because she blessed me with a second chance at life. A second chance to do a lot of things, and I just give her all hats, because she was a single woman making stupid amount of money, and then she adopts 3 kids and having to raise us and fighting for us. I think that's one thing I love about my mom. When my mom adopted us, now we've been with the family for a couple of years now. When my mom adopted us, she wanted to raise her kids the way she wanted to raise her kids. She's a big believer in education, um, sports, music, extracurricular activities that, on top of education, builds your character, religion, things like that. So we went to a private school. You know, Once we got adopted, we started going to a private school, and my aunt wanted gave my gave us jeans as a gift. They were cute jeans. They were all cut up. They were a little too adult for us, but my mom accepted them, and she said thank you. And I think weeks and weeks went by, and we visited my aunt at her house, and she was like, "Are you wearing those jeans?" And I was like, "No, we haven't worn them yet." Not thinking anything of it, and then she made such a big deal out of it. My mom's like, "They go to private school. They have to wear uniform. They haven't worn them yet." And so over the years, my mom has separated herself for us, and I think that's what makes me stay loyal to her. Um, she has fought her family for us. She does not allow her family to disrespect us, and it's really just 2 people out of the family members that really try to pin us against my mom, or make it seem like my mom is the bad person when when she's not. She just wants to do the best for us, and she has done the best for us. Oh my gosh, has she blessed us with so many opportunities. um, and so I think that is what makes me so loyal to her, and so like in awe of her, because she didn't have to, but she did. And she treated us as if she was our mother. And I know that's weird to say that, but when you have a child, when you have your own child, um, and this is how I feel, when you have your own child, you have this bond and stuff like that. We were adopted, but she still had that bond with us. and she was not going to let anyone disrespect us, and she was not going to let anyone get in between her and her cubs. And I think that is what I I just am in awe of. And I think sometimes my brother and sister, they don't see that, they forget that, or they overlook that. And I personally can't overlook that. Even still, still to this day, it was an incident like a year ago with my aunt. I'm trying to be better with my aunt, even though I know she's a negative person. But you can't have, as a positive person, I'm trying to show her example of what positivity look like. So in doing that, I'm just trying to, have conversations with her, you know, build our relationship and make it different. And I didn't add her on Facebook, and I let her know I'm a college student. I didn't want to have my friends post or comments be offensive to her. Now I haven't added any of my aunts or any of my mother or any adults in my life on my Facebook at that time, because I don't want them to be offended by anything my friends write, anything I post, all willy-nilly, not thinking anything of it. I didn't want them to get offended by it. So, and I didn't want to hear the conversation like Charmaine, man. And, people take pictures and they'll post it. And even before you delete it or, take off your name off of it, people will see it. So I didn't want them to see, I don't know, me at a place drinking, something like that, and be offended by it. And my aunt gets very offensive, get very, she's sensitive. So I said it in the most nicest way possible. And she went off. She called me all types of B words and all types of whores, and called me nappy headed, and was like, I spent my last dollar on you. Pause. That's what I don't like. I do not like when people throw in my face what they did for me. And then she went on to say, you were nappy headed, and we, straighten your hair out when you didn't even know how to sleep in the bed, sleeping on the closet. Now, I was sleeping in the closet, but I didn't sleep in the closet until my mom's house because I was afraid, and I had asthma. And I had really bad asthma. My mom just bought these mattresses, and at the time we didn't know I had asthma, and I couldn't breathe. I was really uncomfortable, as well as I was scared. I was scared of dark. And when I was at my grandmother's house, she had a nightlight in the hall, and our window was right by the street lights in Chicago, and y'all know them street lights be shining bright. So my room was always lit, and so I wasn't afraid. And her mattresses were wrapped in plastic. So when I got to my mom's house, I was afraid. And I guess my mom, not knowing, kind of told her sisters at the time, like, wow, she's sleeping in a closet. I don't know why she's sleeping in a closet. Maybe she's not used to, what you talk to your sister about. Yeah, so she threw that back in my face. And it was just the sickest and meanest text I've ever seen, like saying that my mom bought our loyalty because she gave us a car. No, my mom didn't give me a car. I had to work hard for my car. Now, my sister got a car, and then she destroyed it, and she didn't get another car. And I was the next to get the car, but I also worked hard. I was in school. I was going to college. At the time I was in college, and it was known that it could be taken away just as easy as she got it, as I got it. My brother did not get a car. So she was making it seem like my mom was paying us our loyalty. And I'm like, that's my mom, and what she wants to give us or not give us is her choice, her right. Not, and she's forgetting that my mom gave her son a car when he went off to college. So she forgot that, but she's throwing it all in my face. And my mom, a mother lion as she was, she revved up and went off on Facebook. She copied the message, sent it to everybody in the family. Was like, and this is why we stay away from her. And this is the devil playing, in our lives. You should be ashamed of yourself and all this other stuff and going at her. She was like, be a woman and come at me, call me out, da da da. And again, she's always showing her loyalty, So I'm proud to be her daughter. The adoption process has been great. As I've grown older, I don't like to be identified as being adopted. I'm proud that I'm adopted, but at the same time, that's my mom. I don't feel like the adoption word needs to even be in play because that's my mom. Dude, I swear, looking at her baby pictures, that's my mom. I don't know. There's some genes. We might be related somehow, but that's my mom. We look just alike. Putting our baby pictures together. Now, I'm going to have to find some baby pictures, you guys. I'm going to have to go sneak to my grandma's house and go steal some, even though I don't talk to her that much. But I'm going to have to find some baby pictures so y'all can see. That's my mom. Like, are you sure you ain't had no kids? Okay. That's my mom. So, I think I'm a little sensitive about that. And my mom is too. She doesn't like it. Just this past holiday, 4th of July, a family member made a statement like, oh yeah, that's Karen, my mom's adopted daughters. And I'm like, now you know me since I was, 3, 4, and 5, 4 and 5, I'm 25 years old. You know me for 20 years and you still use an adopted word? Like, and my mom was like, no, those are my daughters. Those are my daughters. And I don't think the lady got it who said it. She didn't hear it, or I don't know if she got it. But at this time, 20 years, and you're referring to me as adopted? Like, nah, that's not gonna fly. Because if I was recently adopted and you didn't know me, that's fine. But you know me for 20 years. For every graduation, every broken ankle, every basketball game, every track game, every violin recital, every competition I had, you either been there or you received something from there. You got pictures. You're invited to my wedding. You're invited to my high school graduation. You were invited to my college graduation. I seen you at every holiday. Every holiday. You've been to my house. I've been to your house. I've had holidays at your house. So that's where I don't like it, because it's like I just don't like it. I just don't like to be referred to as being adopted at this time and age if I've known you for 20-something years, Now, if I don't know you, or still, even to the, I don't want, that's my mom. That's my mom, Karen Wesley. And I don't tend to tell people that I'm adopted because there's no need. There's no need to tell people that. So when people find out, then they're always shocked, like, wow. I'm like, there's not nothing different. It's, still my mom. We still cool, things like that. So, yeah, that's what's going on now. I did find my birth family, my mom's side, did find us about, how many years ago now? 5 years ago. 5 years ago? 5 or 4 years ago now. My sister was on Facebook. I was on Facebook, but not like my sister's on Facebook. And then Kyle had blocked my Facebook like crazy. So my Facebook was like, you really couldn't see me. You don't see me if you weren't a friend, or if I didn't friend you. So they saw my sister's Facebook page, and my sister looks just like my birth mother, a splitting image, which I figured because me and my brother, we have a picture of my father. We look just like that man. There is no doubt that's my dad. Me and my brother together are like twins. Me and my brother are twins, like just twins. And then my dad right there in the middle. See where I got it from. Where my sister, she is not that she doesn't look like us, because when you put us all three together, you see it. But she had different things about her that's like different. Like she has slanted eyes. That me and my brother look. Do these look slanted? Like she has like Asian people eyes and different features that me and my brother don't have. Like me and my brother have this round, fat face, and she has a heart-shaped face, very slim, and whatnot. So within the day, you guys, I tell you, this is amazing about social media. Within a day, they contacted us and was like, "Hey, we're your family. Your mom's name is, blah blah blah." And I was like, and my sister came to my mom's like, they say we're a family. My mom called them right then on the spot, and called them and was like, "My name is Karen, da da da." Next thing, within a couple of hours, they're at our house. My mom bought some food, and the next day I was leaving for college. So I'm like, whoa, wait, this is happening way too fast. And I was scared. My brother and sister are like eager to meet them. I'm like scared. My heart is racing. I didn't want it. I'm happy with my life. I don't want to have to, I was happy with the life that I was blessed with. I didn't want to meet anybody. I mean, at the most, I wanted to meet my mother, but I knew the story because I knew all my medical history, and I knew she was sick. I knew she was sick. And I knew I didn't need to meet her. I didn't know. But I wanted to. My heart wanted to. But I know I didn't need to meet her because she was sick. And so they came, and I slowly warmed up to them. And it was taking me a long time. And I know I was adult at the time, but you guys don't understand. I was nervous. But once meeting them, I got to see, like, wow, that's why I got these big old booty and these big old boobies and, all these. That's why I'm short. All y'all short too, because I'm short compared to my brother and sister. Like, they're much, much taller than me. And I'm real short, 5'1", real short. And so seeing other people that looked like me and shaped like me was like, whoa. And seeing pictures of my mother was like, oh my gosh. I was like telling my sister, like, oh, Nene, look, you look just like her. Splitting image. It was like blowing my mind. And I'm like hearing the stories, was like, wow. And then that question came, was like, where's my mom? And they gave us the obituary. She was sick. She was really sick. And we were in the obituary, so that was awesome. So they never forgot us. They just knew that we needed to have a different life. And that if we stayed, she would have brought us into a life that is unforgiving. And so they made that sacrifice. And for so many years, I was so mad. I was so mad that how you not going to take your own family, And that's because I didn't know what was going on. And for so long, I was so mad. I would write essays in high school about it, how I was just angry. I was just so angry. Because I was like, no one wanted us? Why didn't you want us? What was wrong with us? That was the question. Like, why didn't you want us? And then that question was answered, by them. It's not the full answer because I still don't have my father's answer. But I was so satisfied to hear that answer from them. And it was like, we couldn't, because I had, what, four or five other, Tamika, Curtis. I had 4 siblings in front of us, and she drugged them throughout that lifestyle, and in result, you can see it in my siblings. And I love my older siblings so much. My brothers took that same path, and they even let us know, this is not the path you want to take. Don't even fantasize against it. It's not fun. And my sister Renita, she did not take the same path. She's the oldest out of all of us, but she was affected by it, Um, and so it was nice to hear the story. It was nice to hear the story because it, made me appreciate them more and realize that they didn't forget about us. They wanted to give us a better life, and they didn't want to submit 3 more children to the same lifestyle. So that was peace. That was rewarding. I guess my last part of the story I need to hear is from my dad. But really, I have been going to a counselor about it, and all I'm gonna hear is excuses or lies, and I might hear the truth. The excuses and the lies are just gonna make me angry. The truth is just gonna be something I already know. But I think I need to meet with him definitely before I get married, so I can let him know how hurt I am. Because we were very familiar with my dad. How about that? He was, during the foster care process, he was there. He was there. I knew him. I've hugged him. I kissed him. He held me. So it was very hard that day that he said he was going to pick us up, and we got all our bags set. Sorry, got all our bags set. We were at the place we meet for visitations, and he never showed up. It was a rainy day. We were just standing on the porch. He never showed up. So I just need to get that off my chest to let him know how he hurt me, how it hurts. And low key, I want to fight his wife, because how do you know? Now she was there too. She was there too. How do you know a man has other kids and you allow him to walk away from them? What type of woman are you? I'm sorry. I know people have their decisions or, feelings on it, but to me, you less of a woman as well, because that is some shady ass shit. Like, what type of woman allows your man? If Kyle had other kids before me, we have other kids. We have kids. And it's my duty to make sure you stay in contact with your kids and you do your job as a father. Because what makes you think he gonna do better by your child? You know? So, yeah, I think that's gonna be my last part of my journey, my adoption journey, my finding myself journey, my healing my broken heart. Because I do have. He broke my heart. He was my first love, and I think that's another reason why when going into dating, I never dated because I didn't want my heart to be broken. That's why when people would meet me for the first time, I would be so mean to them, because if I'm mean to you and you walk away, all right, no loss hurt. But if I'm mean to you and you stayed, then I would open up my heart to you. But that was my way of testing people. And so with Kyle, it was hard. It was hard with Kyle because I was broken, because I love my dad so much. Did I love that man so much? And he hurt me. Like, he hurt me. And so I didn't want to be hurt again by a man. I didn't want to have those feelings. But Kyle has done more and some to show me that he is not another my dad type of guy. He will be there for me and take care of me and wipe those tears and protect me. So yeah, so I'm super excited to marry him. I always say that. But yeah, you guys, that's my adoption story. Everyone has a different story, and I did leave out a lot in my story because like parts that I do remember are very, it's crappy, very like gruesome, very like, whoa, that's a messed up life, or that's a messed up, thing you had to go through. But I don't like I don't like thinking about those parts, because the best part was that I got adopted. I was blessed. I was able to get out of that lifestyle that could have been even worse, you know. Especially knowing what I have in my genes. I'm hot headed, so oh Lord, it could have been worse. But yeah, that's my story. You guys, therapy really helped me realize that I was sitting in a good spot, being adopted and stuff. I know a lot of people don't like talking about it, but I talk about it because it's great. You talk about the sad parts in order to, because people like to say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. What are you sorry for?" I was blessed. I was given a second chance at life. I was given a second chance to do things that other kids don't even have a chance to do. Like, don't feel sorry. Feel happy for me. Um, so I just wanted to share my story. Just because if you guys are thinking about adopting or being a foster parent, how important that is to a child. I'm not gonna have children. If me and Kyle decide to have children, I'd rather foster care or adopt a child than to actually have my own child give birth and stuff like that, because there's so many kids in the foster care system. Like, it's better for me to lend a hand and let you guys understand why some of the foster care children have the bad rep of being angry. They're angry just because of those questions going on there. Why those why questions going on in their head, and that angers them. And then go into a foster parent house where they open their heart just a little bit, and then the parent just crushes it. And so then you have an angry child. So I've been talking for a while, so I'm gonna stop. And just let you guys go. Just let you guys know my story. And if you're thinking about adopting, I'm so pro adopting people or foster caring people, foster care parents. I love them. Yeah, so that's just my story, just to get to know me just a tad bit better. I really appreciate you guys. I do have a question. What that I have a question for you that I'll answer for you guys. Well, I'll answer your guys' question. My question for you guys is, what stereotypical views do you have on adoption and foster kids or foster parents or the DCFS program, things like that I can help you with. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye.